If you're between 16 and 25, you're gonna want to hear this. And if you're older, you're gonna wish you heard this before. So stick around for this video because trust me, you're gonna wanna hear it. So, today is my birthday and I'm turning 33. But I couldn't resist making this video because I was talking to a very smart young man a couple of days ago and I just got burned. I was like so angry at the idea of how these young people, especially within the quarantine, were actually spending a lot of their time simply sleeping, right? Like these people would be asleep the entire day and wake up at like 9, spend the entire night doing God knows what, and eventually wasting the best years of their lives. So first off, why are those the best years to actually get off your ass and start doing things? Well, it's simply because, you've probably heard this a million times, you don't have any responsibilities. But at that age, you don't get that, You can't see what life is going to throw at you as you get older. Just think about this for 1 minute with me, right? The entire system is built in a way where you are meant to go to school and then eventually finish, get a job, and keep working that job to pay off every single thing that the system will throw at you. Whether that's, buying a house, getting married, spending on school, buying a car, I don't care, all of that shit, right? And the only thing that stops you from doing that is really, in essence, fear, right? Fear and the impression that you have within your head of what other people are going to think about you. So let's talk about the first one, fear. What is there to be afraid of, right? Let's just say you go and get a career that's supposed to be stable, which is the word that the world sells you, which doesn't exist as far as I'm concerned. And that has been proven with just what just happened in the world with the coronavirus. However, let's skip that. What is the worst that could literally happen? Let's say you go and start a startup. And I'm not saying that's the only option, but that's the example I'm gonna give. So you go and start a startup. And your startup is so stupid, you can't even go anywhere with it. However, with that startup, you learn how to create a business plan, how to think about your numbers, how to hire, how to pitch to investors, how to create relationships with your customers, how to do web development, whatever. Because trust me, if you're serious about it, regardless of how stupid it is or how big of a failure it is actually meant to be, you are still going to come out the other side a much better version of you, right? You're gonna learn so many skills and become a much stronger you that you won't even believe it once you're done, even if the absolute worst scenario actually happens. And what are you gonna do? You're gonna end up homeless? No, you're not. Because at that age, it is very simple and easy for you to sustain yourself, and it is just you, which means it is so much easier to take that risk and go running for it. So do it. And if you're afraid of what others will think, especially those who are close to you, trust me, with time, you're going to see so much support from them, regardless of how many times you do not succeed, how many mistakes you make. They are going to show you so much love, you're not gonna believe it. It happened to me. At one point, I really had no options. My company was running out of money and I really had no income. And when I talked about this with my parents, my father was like, what are you going to do now? Are you going to find a job? And I felt like he was really pushing me towards going and finding a job. And I was sarcastic at the time. And eventually I said, no, I have to start a company because, I'm very smart and I really was made to do this. I can't do a job. And he actually said, oh, okay, yeah. And I'm like, no, I'm just being sarcastic. I'm like, of course I need to look for a job. Where the heck am I going to get money? And he actually said, no, don't do that. You can do better. And he said, I will support you for as long as you want. Just keep doing what you can do. And at that moment, it shook my world because at the beginning, my father felt like I was really someone who was really not doing the right thing. And he wanted me to go through the career thing. But now, this person who really, my father is not somebody who loves taking risks, was still the biggest supporter and actually pushed me towards creating another thing. And the same applies to my wife, to my mom, to my brother, and the entire close set of people that I have around me. Because these people know you are meant to do something and they will support you. The only thing that you need to do is really work hard. Okay, so I've been saying a lot of things, but did I tell you what you need to do? No. Now, I need to be really crystal clear here, right? There's no absolutely right thing to do. But here are my recommendations. Keep on learning. There are so many resources online. For God's sake, there's this super awesome tool that everybody doesn't really know how to use. And it's this. Just Google it. Just Google it. I want to learn how to write code. You're gonna find 16 million resources on how to do that. You like to learn through video, reading, actually writing code. All of these options are available, and you're gonna find so many resources to do whatever you want. And you can go on Udemy, for instance, and actually buy courses. And almost all of the time, these courses cost about $10. So don't tell me you can't afford it. Keep on learning new skills. Don't go working for something that doesn't require skill. Don't go and work into folding clothes. Don't work in a restaurant. Don't go to a coffee shop. You are not going to learn any essential skills, and any single person can actually replace you. Meaning, if you build a skill, your hour could go up to $100, where you could be getting $10 an hour if you're simply doing something that anybody else can do and learn within a day. So learn a skill and learn as many skills as you can. And it's okay to experiment. And it's okay to learn a skill and then feel like this is not something you're going to excel at. It's okay to fail. And I'm using the word fail, although a lot of people like to say when you don't fail, you learn. And that's absolutely true. That's 100% true. I'm just not a person who, I like to use the positive vibe words and, failure is a word you shouldn't use. Why do you say you failed? Like, it's okay because I failed because I wanted to actually achieve something and I couldn't achieve it. Which simply means, for me, I failed. But yes, I learned. And it does not mean if I failed, I'm not going to get anywhere. Actually, everybody tells you be comfortable with failing. And at this young age, you should expect to fail so many times, and you should be fine with that. The only thing you need to make sure of is that you're learning along the way and you don't make the same mistakes again. And that's it. It's as simple as that. Want to learn a skill, work hard at it, make mistakes and fail. And it doesn't matter if you go back and do it better. That's all you need to understand. So start right now. Just go ahead, open any website, learn a new skill and go for it. You're smarter than to waste your life playing video games or just sitting with your friends or smoking or sleeping for, 16 hours a day. Stop wasting your time. All of these years are never coming back. They're never coming back. And don't tell yourself the bullshit about this is not for me. I was not meant to do this. Not everybody is supposed to build a startup. Yeah, not everybody's supposed to build a startup. And you don't have to build a startup. But you are meant to do better than what your mind limits you to. So break free of that and feel like you can achieve anything and acquire the skills that will allow you to do it. If, however, you actually decide to go for a job, which is completely fine, by the way, completely fine. Let nobody tell you, don't get stuck in a job, go and do startup from day one. That might be even the worst choice. I don't know. If you ask me, actually, I would say that's way better to start off so you can gain a set of skills that you would not be able to gain if you actually simply jump into a startup. If you're still studying though, and you actually get a job, that's awesome so that by the time you finish, you can actually go into a full-time thing on your own. So what do you want to get out of this job? Choose the right boss. Go and work for someone who you feel is actually going to motivate you, is actually going to push you to the next level, is actually going to make you want to create your own business. Work for someone who inspires you. Don't go and work for the big name just because it's a big name. By the way, for me, working for the big companies could probably be the place where you will learn the least amount of stuff so that you can grow yourself to what you'd like to become. I would every day pick to work with a startup or a small company where I'm able to do a variety of tasks so that I can learn where my strengths are, develop new skills, and become a better me. That would be my 2 tips. However, whenever you are doing a job, always know that you will eventually want to have your own business. Because regardless of how hard you work within a job, you are always going to go after the money. And it is said in the book, and I'm sure, I don't know if you've read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, but you should. You should, because this is exactly what it says. If you keep on working for money, you are going to keep on working until the last day of your life, and you're always going to be chasing every single dollar. It's never going to work for you. You need to always try and figure out how you're going to build your own business. And it doesn't have to be, a startup. It doesn't have to be an actual company. It could just be a sort of an investment where you take the money that you get and put it into there so that you can grow that money so that it becomes something that actually generates money without you working in it, without you spending time every day working on it. That's where you want to get. So, to sum up, I know I've been a little aggressive within this video, but it really eats me alive to feel like all of these young people who are full of potential, a lot of them are so full of potential, really lose the best years of their lives because of fear, because of being lazy, because of just feeling like they were not meant to be something, at least let's say, great. And I'm telling you, every single one can actually be that. And it's not just about hustling every single day, killing yourself, working every hour in the day and sleeping 3 hours and doing all of that crap. No, it's not. It's just about educating yourself, understanding specific things, and then taking these skills and being able to make those skills turn the money that you have into things that generate more and more money for you. So please, take this video and make it the pedestal that you stand upon today to feel like I am going to go and do it, and I am going to start right now. So if you've liked this video, please subscribe, hit that like button, and don't forget the bell icon so that you can get notified as soon as I post new videos.